everybody! I'm here today with a driving lesson on paying attention to your surroundings. In this video, I'll be going over why it's important to pay attention to your surroundings. And I'll also be telling you and showing you a few things that you might see with regards to your surroundings as you're driving. Let's turn the camera here so you get a better view of what I'm doing as I'm driving now, what my surroundings are going to cause me to notice and see. All right, let's get right into the video. So it is, let's just see, I have my notes up here. I want to make sure you can't see them. Okay, not that it matters anyways, they're just my little notes that I made for myself. I don't want them to interfere with the video though. So essentially, it is unbelievably important to pay attention to your surroundings. Now, I always preach that you should focus on the road, and of course you should, but what's happening around the road will oftentimes dictate what's happening on the road, meaning the surroundings will influence the road. Okay, I'm at a red light. I actually just need to scratch my eye. Some kids are just running across the street screaming like, okay, I guess they just saw each other for the first time in years. Anyways, it's super important because what you see around the road will help you determine what's happening on the road, okay? It will tell you, your surroundings will tell you what you're dealing with as a driver, and that's why it is unbelievably important. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what you might see and what that might cause you to do. So one thing is a road sign. Now, your surroundings, what's going to be around you are many road signs. Let's say there's a speed limit change sign. So there's a sign that tells you that the speed limit is changing from 50 kilometers an hour to 40 kilometers an hour. That's going to cause me to brake a little bit or ease off of the accelerator to decrease my speed, to reduce my speed, okay? That's one example. Now, let's say there's a road sign that says yield. If you see a yield sign, all of a sudden you're going to pay a little bit of extra attention to the traffic on that street to see if you have to slow down to yield, if you're going to have to stop, or if you just have to slow down to proceed, okay? Another thing that I just dealt with a minute ago was emergency lights. So if around you see emergency lights, what you should do is pull over or get out of the way as quickly and as easily as possible so that whatever emergency vehicle it is, whether it's a paramedic, an ambulance, a fire truck, a police officer, or any other emergency vehicle, so that they can go around you and get to where they need to go. Because let's face it, what they are dealing with is far more important than what you are dealing with. Humble yourself and move out of the way, okay? My brother-in-law is a firefighter, and it's very simple. He tells me countless stories of drivers who just do not pull over, okay? Humble yourself and move out of the way. What they're dealing with is far more important than what you're dealing with, okay? So emergency lights, people. Now I'm driving by, I see a construction site over here. So for me, I know, having worked construction before many times, for many summers and many years, that I'm a little bit extra cautious. I switch lanes if I can, if the employees are close to the road. But even if there's just a construction site, you never know if a rock is going to come flying out onto the road. I've seen that happen before. You never know if the workers or the employees are going to be bringing tools close to the road. If they're cutting concrete, there's going to be smoke up in the air, whatever the case is. So if you see people, then it should signal something, okay? Or even cyclists, for instance, okay? Other cars. So if you notice another car doing something, it's not noticing other cars around you because, you know, there are 100 other cars around me right now. But it is, wow, look at the forearm. Sorry about that. I've been hitting the gym again and my forearm is blasting right now. Anyways, sorry, woo! Focus on the road, Mike. Focus on the road. So the actions or reactions of other cars. If you notice something that another car is doing, it should lead you to understand something that's happening on the road. So if I see a car signaling, I know that they're likely going to slow down. That's part of my surroundings, okay? So then I have to be ready to slow down or increase my following distance from the car in front of me because they're gonna be slowing down to turn. Another thing that you might see, and this has to do with cars, are brake lights. So if you see brake lights, immediately that should tell you that you probably have to brake. 90% of the time when you see brake lights, you're gonna have to brake. On occasion, if you have a good enough following distance and they're just barely pressing their brake pedal and their brake lights turn on, you might not have to brake immediately. You might be able to ride it out for a little bit. But for the most part, if you see brake lights, your reaction to that surrounding action is going to be to brake. You're gonna have to brake. It's like an automatic thing, okay? Reverse lights. If you see reverse lights, all of a sudden you're cautious. You're ready to honk. You're ready to pull one of those, okay? I shouldn't have done that. The light just turned green. The person was taking an extra few seconds, so they probably thought I was honking at them to go ahead and hurry up, but that's not why I was honking. I don't do that. Anyways, last but not least, another thing that might be surrounding you are animals, okay? So you might see animals surrounding you. And if you see animals around you, it's gonna signal something. If you're driving, depending on where you live, if you see a fox, it might put you on high alert because you don't know what other animals, it signals that there are animals there. If you see a squirrel on the side of the road, you might be ready to potentially brake. Depending on the situation, right? Depending on the situation, you might be ready to be proactively be ready to brake because that squirrel might scurry down out in front of the road. That's happened to me many times. You know, if it's a raccoon during the daytime, it's a little bit odd, right? You might be on high alert because you're like, is this raccoon, you know, gonna run out onto the road in front of me? So, and depending if you live up north to where I live, like far up north, you might see bears, you might see moose. There are many things that you might see. Oh, what is happening over here? Traffic hold up. I literally have to turn right there and there's a traffic hold up. Anyways, doesn't matter. But basically, you got to pay attention to your surroundings because at the end of the day, what's happening around you is going to determine what is happening on the road in front of you. And that's basically it. Pay attention to your surroundings and react accordingly. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.